9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the fundraising for an inclusive and prosperous future. The kickoff of the 11th edition Inter-Regional Friendship Tournament. On the international scene, Neymar leaves PSG and joins Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia. Welcome to our newsroom. As part of the implementation of social project to combat poverty, the Minister of Solidarity and the Minister of Finance meeting to mobilize the funds for the Djiboutian Social Development Agency took place this Tuesday, August 15, in the meeting room of the Ministry of Economy and Finance in charge of industry. The meeting was attended by the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ulufa Ismail Abdo, and the Minister of Economy and Finance in charge of industry, Ilyas Moussa Dawali. The meeting was also attended by the Secretary General of Madam Amina Ahmed Warsama, the Acting Secretary General of the Ministry of Economy and Finance, Madam Fatouma Ahmed Moussa, and the Senior Advisors of the MAS to Abdullahi Saeed Gedi, the Director General of IDDS, Mahdi Mohamed Jama, as well as senior executives from the three institutions at these meetings to present new projects with a view to mobilizing funds for their implementation. The Djiboutian Social Development Agency that had the honors of presenting its achievements and prospects in terms of development and regional inclusion. Following this presentation, a discussion took place addressing the themes set out by the IDDS. This included the development of regional economic center to foster regional integration, as well as the strengthening of government initiatives aligned with the Djibouti 2035 visions and the EC strategy. And for her part, the Minister of Social Affairs Solidarity, Ulufa Ismail Abdo, said that discussion is focused on closer collaborations at the decentralized level, the implementations of the regulatory framework for Islamic microfinance in Djibouti, and above all, the importance of providing better support to young people by accompanying them more effectively. The Minister of Finance detailed the ins and outs of the recent meetings. The aims of the meeting, he said, was to take a close look at the progress made to date and to chart the way forward in lines with the roadmap laid out by His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, the President of the Republic. The Minister stressed that the essence of this meeting lay in the creation of a common synergy aimed at implementing concrete actions to meet the needs of the population. He expressed his satisfaction with the results of the hard work accomplished to date aimed at offering better quality services to the entire population. In this respect, the Director of the Djiboutian Social Development Agency, Mahdi, a large-scale project covering both the capitals and the regions. A ceremony was held today at the Djibouti Intel Free Zone Trade Towers located at PICA 12, PICA 23 to promote product manufacturing at Liaocheng, a manufacturing city in China. A permanent product exhibition center on the 8th floors of the towers. The event was attended by the chairman of Port and Free Zone Authority, Abubakar Omar Hatti, and the deputy mayor of the Liuchang City and Enterprises. Liuchang is a Chinese city with a strong manufacturing sector. It trades with Africa and amounted to 1.22 billion in 2022. Accounting for 13.3% of its total trade. More than 370 Liuchang enterprises have steadily strengthened their cooperation with Africa, covering more than 1,100 products. The center will serve as a platform for companies in Liuchang City to present their product and to buyers and store them in the DIFTZ with the aims of promoting the CF Djibouti concept and becoming a distribution center for Africa from Djibouti. Following the launch ceremony, an exhibition of the product took place in the exhibition center. The chairman of Port and Free Zone Authority, Abubakar Omar Haddi, said in his speech that the exhibition center would provide Liuchang companies with a platform to showcase their product and buyers. Listen for more detail.
The city of a strong industry, while Djibouti seek to develop its industries. That's why in recent years, under the vision of 2035 of His Excellency the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, Djibouti Port and Free Zone Authority has been committed to provide superior business environment and convenient trade channels for enterprise of worldwide. Djibouti aims to become a regional hub, a shipping and logistic hub. We put forth the concept of CIF Djibouti, and with collaboration with our partner China Merchant Group to jointly build and operate the Djibouti International Free Trade Zone, offering affordable policy, efficient services, and innovative products to attract outstanding companies like those in Liangshan manufacturing sector. Djibouti become, through these different free zones, to attract what will engage in a higher and heavy industries. Djibouti is a hub for assembling, manufacturing for East Africa, for African continent, harnessing the advantage of free trade zone to generate economic value, while also bringing stream up and downstream industries and creating more economic opportunities in Djibouti.
Following the launch ceremony, an exhibition of Liuchang product took place in the exhibition center. The exhibition featured a wide variety of Liuchang products, including steel sheets, chemical buildings materials, aluminium alloy, and product and buses, and was also well attended by Djiboutian businesses and consumers, generating great interest in Liuchang's product. The exhibition was an excellent opportunity for Liuchang companies to present their product to buyers. It also enabled Djiboutian businesses and consumers to find out more about Liuchang product.
Made in Liaocheng. The products are like textile, steel product, chemical product. So from this exhibition, we would like to enhance our cooperation with together with Liaocheng and Djibouti on economic and also on culture to enhance those two parts, to enhance the friendship between the two countries also.
也欢迎吉布提的客商和朋友们到聊城去看一看、走一走。
We warmly welcome the customers from Djibouti and surrounding countries to visit Liaocheng and to talk with us for business.
Making young people and social assets in the country's socio-economic development of the country is a leitmotif of the roadmap drawn up by President Ismail Omar Guelleh and his government in response to a call from Adailu's NGO EVA. The Ministry of Youth and Cultures made this event a reality. Listen for more detail.
In the socio-economic development of the country. This is the limit of the roadmap of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh and his government. A vision implemented by the Ministry of Youth and Culture, which is constantly expanding its programs to all the youth of the country. Indeed, these various actions of the MGC are reflected in the support of the many initiatives emanating from the Djiboutian youth. This is how, responding to the call of the NGO, Evans Adailu, the Ministry of Youth and Culture, made this event a reality. An event that brings together the youth of the 5 regions of the interior. And it was in the afternoon of Tuesday, August 15, that the various regional delegations met at PK9 for a group departure to Adailu. On site, our reporting team providing media coverage of this regional and national event collected for us the feelings of the heads of the various delegations. Currently, we are at PK9 to go to Adailu and take part in the 11th edition of the Inter-General Friendship Tournament. I am the head of the Tajura delegation. We all go to Adailu to take part in the various competition and meetings with the framework of this tournament. The participating teams come from all regions, and all Tajura is ready to take up all the challenges and win the most trophies. Now we are waiting for Dakhil, and we all intend to head towards Adailu. I especially thank the Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibo Mu'min Assowi, for all her support, and the President of the NGO, Eva, Ahmed Muhammad Ali, for organizing this tournament. See you at Adailu. Currently, we are in Tajurra, more particularly at PK9. We are heading to Adailu to participate in the Inter-Regional Friendship Tournament organized by EVA in close collaboration with the Ministry of Youth and Culture. We are in Tajurra to take part in the Friendship Tournament organized by EVA. I would like to sincerely thank EVA for taking the initiative of this tournament, which brings us all together today. It is a unifying event which, without a doubt, will bring together young people from the 5 regions of the country. These young people will know each other, and this kind of event helps to strengthen social cohesion. I am currently in my second region, Tajarrah. We arrived in peace and with joy in our hearts. I am the leader of Ali Sibih delegation. The young people were eager to arrive in Tajarrah. For some of them, it is the first time they have been here. This tournament is God sent for these young people to get to know each other and to exchange contact details. This kind of meetings will remain extended in their memory. It is even possible that these young people will compete during the tournament will one day be the leaders of this country. Finally, I thank the Ministry of Youth and Culture for this great organization. As soon as it left, the convoy, made up of about 15 all-terrain vehicles, are escorted by elements of the regional Gendarmerie road safety section to the direction of the summer village of Randa. 35 kilometers separate the city of Tajarrah from the village of Randa, an opportunity for those who have not yet had the chance to know these beautiful mountainous regions to be amazed. A last stop in the village of Randa and the last safety instructions from the officers of the National Gendarmerie before heading back to the village of Adailu. Another 30 kilometers before reaching the sub-prefecture of Adailu, which will host the 11th edition of the Inter-Regional Friendship Tournament from August 15 to 19. The transition from the brand new Tajarrah Balho road to rehabilitated rocky track was done in a natural way. Arrived at the village of Adailu, the delegation of young people from the regions received a warm welcome from the inhabitants, eager to start the inter-regional tournament, which sees the participation this year of more than 200 young people. Joined on the way by the members of the organizing committee of Enjoy Eva, the delegation of young people was led to the accommodation site fitted out for this purpose. This time to make their mark and settle down, head to the meeting place for first meeting to make contact with the members of the organizing committee. The president of the NGO, Eva, Ahmed Muhammad Ali, chaired this contact meeting. He welcomed the various regional delegations and thanked them for having responded to his invitation to this annual friendship tournament. He also recalled the importance of getting together among young people from the regional social cohesion, unity, and respect for each other, but also and above all the rules to be respected during the tournament, such as discipline, rigor, good understanding, and fair play. An important and symbolic event in more than one way, which allows us to remember that unity, solidarity, love of one's neighbor and one's country are the values that allows us to adhere to the enlightened vision of the President of the Republic, who tends towards sustainable socio-economic development, betting big on youth, the spearhead of his policy.
The 11th edition of the Inter-Regional Friendship Tournament kicked off this morning at Adailu Football Field. This regional and national event was attended by the president of the NGO, Eva, Ahmed Muhammad Ali, and his close collaborators, representative of the Ministry of Youth and Culture, selected representative from the various regions, and of course, almost all the inhabitants of Adailu. The ceremony to launch this annual friendship tournament began with a parade of the football teams from the 5 regions, and Adailu. 2 matches were on the programs on this tournament launch day. The first match ended in a draw between Artas and Tajarrah teams, and the second match between Dakhil and Ali Sabih teams. A final score of 1-0 in favor of the team from the City of Unity. In the afternoons of Wednesday, August 16, 2023, 2 matches are scheduled, pitting Arta against Adailu and Obok against Ali Sabih. The atmosphere on the football pitch was one of the ages, with large crowds turning out to support and encourage their teams. The finals of the second edition of the Summer Games were finally held in the regions and outlying localities, and the outcomes of the one of satisfaction is these programs are run by the Secretary of State for Sports in collaboration with the Regional Subdirectorate and Regional and Rural Organizing Associations has a general objective is to ensure that the games are accessible to as many people as possible and that they are played through the countries, which is our institution. Successful gamble alongside other localities. The town of Dora hosted the final of the King's Sport of Footballs and the football files annexed to the zone sport platforms, pitting the Dora teams against the Dubte outfit, who won the derby by 2-1 in front of the delighted and enthusiastic audience. This final is significant for its organizational quality and the collective emulations of the public brought together folklore and sports with events such as girls handball, football and folk dance. The event took place in the presence of the sub-prefect of Dora, Abdallah Kamil, the Deputy Director General of the NPS, Ahmed Ali, and the Director of the region is Yusuf Abdallah, the Director of Sports Complex and Training, Hassan Kakwa, local elected officials, and Mr. Ali Dini. The file of the every year's members of the Djiboutian diaspora decided to turn their adventures of living abroad into their entrepreneurial ventures once back home. Among the hundreds, one young entrepreneur in the restaurant businesses catches our attention. Listen for more detail.
The return back home of members of the Djiboutian diaspora, in particular young entrepreneurs, are encouraged by the many investment and innovation opportunities available locally. Abdullahi Umar Jama returns to the country after having spent 10 years in Europe to embark on entrepreneurship, particularly in the field of catering, wise to quickly generate profits according to his calculations. A few months after his return to his native lands, Abdullahi started his first entrepreneurial project and invested in a restaurant called Atypical, located in Gabot 5, not far from Djibouti International Airport. From the farm to the plate is the slogan of the Atypical restaurant. A restaurant, through its name and its slogan, is distinctive compared to the restaurants in that place. The Atypical restaurant surprises with its unusual character, even unique to its genre. It uses fruits and vegetables with zero pesticide residue, as well as fresh meat and fish, while its competitors often use frozen products or products containing chemical pesticides. The boss explains to us the secret of his restaurants and why he called it Atypical. I am Abdullahi Umar Jama, young entrepreneur member of the Djiboutian diaspora. I decided to return to the country and invest in the field of catering. To begin with, I started investing in a restaurant called Atypical. It is important to identify how our restaurant is atypical compared to other restaurants in the square. Our particularity, all our dishes are homemade dishes, and they are subject to the opinion of a nutritionist doctor. We make foods rich in vitamins and balances. Then we make foods exclusively reserved for people living with chronic diseases such as diabetics, hyperactive children, people with high blood pressure, obedience, and etc. To do this, we make fresh foods, not frozen, without cholesterol. Another particularity that differentiates us from others is that we use 100% national production in terms of fruits and vegetables, as well as fish that have been freshly caught. Balanced menus based on fruits and vegetables and without pesticides are our particularity. To confirm this new catering concepts, we accompanied Abdullahi, who does his shopping with his suppliers. Direction of the Riyadh market, Abdullahi comes here almost every day to buy the fresh meat of the day in order to avoid the use of frozen meat. During his day, the owner of the typical restaurant goes back and forth between his various suppliers to put on his plate products of which he knows its quality and origin. After the Riyadh market, now we are going to go to the south of the country to go to the farm in order to acquire fresh fruits and vegetables. We have arrived at the large garden of Umar Bouh, located in the locality of Hayableh, which is only 4 kilometers from the village of Wa'a, to pick up the order of the week. It is with a feeling of pride in favor of national agriculture projects that Mr. Abdullahi sends a message to restaurants by calling to buy the production of our farmers. This time I came to the Artawe'a sector to do my shopping for fruits and vegetables. You can tell yourself our farmers produce quality fruits and vegetables. On this occasion, I call on all restaurants to buy local production because by buying their foods, we are supporting them to produce much more. The more their production increases, the more the price will fall. With this new restaurant concept, the restaurant stands out from restaurants in the area. Only 6 months old, the restaurant responds to all types of orders such as weddings, coffee breaks, lunch for major events, and etc.
A closing ceremony for the summer tutoring programs run by young university students from the Dakhil region took place on August 15, 2023 at the Dakhil 1 school. This support courses for exam students was initiated and run by the AGSD associations for the benefit of over 200 students from the second grade of the final year. The ceremony was attended by civil and military authorities headed by the deputy prefect and vice president, acting president of the regional councils, the elders and ulema and parents of the students. After hours of the delegation's classrooms and a meeting with the leaders of the Djibouti Dakhil Youth Solidarity Association, the ceremony ended with the presentations of attestations and certificates to the most deserving speakers and students. This noble initiative will be continued every month, every summer to raise the success rate in the various examinators. For the international scene, Hawaii fires death tolls exceeded the 100 death tolls from Hawaii wildfire. The deadliest in more than a century in the U.S. has now exceeded 100. Authorities announced on Tuesday they are still struggling to find the victims and now have a mobile morgue on the island of Maui. 101 lives have now been lost, announced the governor of the archipelago, Josh Green, in a television announcement on Tuesday evening. We are heartbroken by such a loss. Rescue workers and sniffers dogs searching through the rubble of the towns of Lahaina virtually razed the grounds by the flames, and the islands had a lot of examinations of the authorities and could double. And to close up this edition, football, Neymar leaves PSG for Al Hilal. So the club Al Hilal have announced the signings of the PSG's Brazilian striker Neymar. He does leave League One and after 6 seasons and becomes one of the new stars of the Saudi League alongside Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema, pushed towards the exit of by PSG. Neymar joins Al Hilal, where, according to several media, he is set earns €100 million over 2 years. The transfers of a 31-year-old Brazilian not 10 is expected to bring it almost $19 million for the Paris clubs, and having arrived in 2011 from Barcelona. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.